So there are various categories of restricted and harmful products that are sold online. So we've done a little icons for each of these different types of products. And under United States law, there are different ways that these are regulated. So we have certain products that are age restricted, like cigarettes. In every state in the U.S., you need to be either 18 or 19 to buy cigarettes, 21 in every state for alcohol. There are other products that have restricted access, so you need a gun permit, let's say, or a prescription. Some are totally illegal, but still reside on the internet. Some are totally digital, so there's no tangible product trading, such as online gambling or child pornography, for instance. And then in many cases, there's a tangible product, and this is the type of research that I do, is to look at people who are selling these types of tangible products on the internet and to be thinking about how to address this from a policy perspective. The first challenge when policymakers try to address the sales of these is really understanding where the online sale takes place. If you're an attorney, this is called a nexus issue, and there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of case law on this, but where the purchaser is located, where the order is placed, where the site's located, the server, the delivery, et cetera. There's as well as the payment processing. There's also the problem of the anonymity. It's extremely difficult to find the content. You can go to internet and other domain name registration, and people can easily list a fake sort of identity as to who they are, where they're located. There's also a growing number of domain names to monitor. You can see through the NetCraft survey of 1 million domain names in 1997 to over 207 million as of last month. So there's a wide array of domain names to monitor. So here's a case study. This is the work that I've been doing in cigarette sales. Here's a website, Best Price Cigarettes. There are numerous issues related to public health with internet cigarette sales, such as they're selling tax-free and duty-free product. The amount that people consume because they're far cheaper is much greater when they buy through the internet. But I'm not going to talk about those issues, but I'll just talk about youth access as one issue, just in the interest of time. When you look at the number of websites selling cigarettes, we started tracking about 88 in 2000, up to nearly 800 about 4 years later. And there are some policy changes to talk about in just a moment that had an impact on the number of websites selling cigarettes. About half of the websites selling cigarettes, and these are English language websites, and they're unique vendors. So if you punch in cheap cigarettes on the internet right now, on Google, I did it this morning, you'll have over 600,000 entries. But we go to, we visit thousands and thousands of websites and go to only unique vendors. And so that's, our counts are much lower than what you would see if you just looked at a search engine. So half of these vendors are located overseas, mostly in duty-free zones out of Switzerland, Moldova, a whole series of other countries, Virgin Isles. And then about a quarter of the ones in the United States are located on an Indian reservation. Say they're selling from sovereign lands. We did a study that was published in the Journal of Medical Association where I found buyers age 11 to 15, and we gave them Visa Bucks cards, which are credit cards marketed to children and to teenagers so that they could buy things online. It's a lot easier now than it was back in 2001 when we were doing this today. But we worked with them. They came to our office at UNC. We had them make 83 purchase attempts, and we tracked the types of age verification that occurred when they ordered, as well as when the delivery occurred. And this is the type of age verification that the overwhelming majority of the vendors had. Again, confirm and submit by clicking this checkbox. I confirm I'm over 18 years old, and I've read the terms of use and so forth. So again, a very flimsy type of age verification process. So it's really no surprise that the kids were successful 92% of the time. These are some packs of cigarettes. Each kid, the one on the top are from the 11-year-old girl who bought, the 13-year-old and the 15-year-old. So they were sold over 1,650 packs of cigarettes in this particular study. The study's been replicated multiple times by others, overwhelmingly anywhere from 70 to 95% of the time, children are able to buy cigarettes on the internet. So age was never verified once when the cigarettes were delivered. There were 4 purchase attempts that were blocked because the kids did not have any age, didn't have a driver's license or any form of age verification that they could send in or that they could prove their age. So actually 4 vendors did block the sale, and then we got stiffed on the other ones. Actually, we had multiple times where vendors took several $100s from us and never shipped the product out. So that explains for the other, what happened in the other purchase attempts.